It is the All-Star break, and I am the Mets head, talking all things New York Mets with a review of the first half for the Metsies. In this video, we will discuss the bullpen, grading each reliever, whether or not they should be traded, and what the future of the Mets hold. We will start with our best reliever this year, who has impressed so much, and that is 32-year-old Luke Weaver, who is signed this year to a 2-year, $22 million deal. He's making $9.5 million this year and will make $12.5 million next year. The great signing by Stearns to try to shore up the bullpen after Edwin Diaz left. Weaver has pitched in 37 games for us this year. He has pitched in 37 games. He is 2-1 with one save, with a 1.85 ERA. He has 43 strikeouts in 39 innings with 11 walks. And his whip is a 0.821. His grade A+ all around. He has been their best pitcher by far this year. Even had a scoreless appearance streak of like 20-something. I think he should be named the closer immediately. It's not like he hasn't done it before. And Devin Williams is not pitching that great. Luke Weaver needs to be our closer right now. Should he be traded? Absolutely. This is his best season ever at 32 years old. He's not going to repeat this. He signed for next year. You could get a very good return for him. He could be a setup man. He could be a closer for any team in the league. And with how he's pitching right now, he can make a huge difference for any team he pitches for. Unfortunately, I don't see us going anywhere in the next couple of years. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lockout next season. I hope there'll be a maximum and a minimum salary. I don't expect much baseball next year, and even if there was, I wouldn't expect we're doing anything. I think we need to look towards 2 years from now and look to contend then. We traded so many of our prospects at the beginning of this year just to, in my opinion, try to make up for the movement of Alonso and Nimmo. So I think trade Luke Weaver and get a haul for him. Next up, we will discuss our closer in name only, 31-year-old Devin Williams, who we signed to a 3-year, almost $42 million contract. He is making a little over $14 million this year. Will make about $13.75 million next year, and make $13.5 million in 2028. I was excited for this signing. Devin Williams ended last year on a high note, and I expect him to get back to his last airbender self. But that has not happened. He has pitched decently and had a few rough outings that have really elevated his ERA. But I think very highly of him, and I think he's a good player. and we are definitely not seeing his best. This year, Devin Williams has pitched in 35 games and finished 23 of them. He is 3-2 with 13 saves. He has 44 strikeouts in 31 innings with 19 walks. And his whip is a 1.7. So for this reason, his 4.83 ERA is kind of a D plus, and his whip is an F. So I'm going to give him a D. He has not pitched well. He has the potential to pitch well, but I think at this point he needs to be a setup man. As long as Luke Weaver's on the team. Should you trade him? I say yes, but I'm not sure you're going to get very much for him, seeing that he hasn't pitched well. But he has shown potential. In June, he had an ERA under 1. And he's not making that much money for a closer. You might get a lot for him, seeing that he is signed for the next 2 years after this. If you can get, I'm really not sure you should trade him, because I feel like you do need a closer. And you would have him signed 2 years from now, when we will try to contend. And then you can use him in whatever role you see fit. He could be a closer. He has the option to be the closer, or he could be a setup man, which he's done both in his career. Next, we will move on to 36-year-old Huascar Brazaban, who made just over $1 million this year and is arbitration eligible next year. In the first half, he pitched in 39 games, started 6, and finished 1. And he is 4-2 with a 2.76 ERA, 44 strikeouts in 45 innings with 21 walks. And his whip is a 1.095. For his ERA, we're going to have to give him an A, maybe an A minus. And for his whip, he also gets an A. So overall, I give him an A. Weaver was slightly better. That's why I gave Weaver an A plus. But Brasman definitely has an A. Has had an A first half. Should you trade him? Possibly, not definitely. I am concerned about his age, but he will be arbitration eligible the next 3 years. He could be in team control for 3 years. But with arbitration and the good year he's having, he's probably going to get a raise. So this might be the best opportunity to trade him. But again, only if you get something good in return. Everyone's going to be looking for relievers. We overpaid for relievers last year. Let's hope everyone overpays for relievers this year. If he's not traded, I see him again as, middle reliever, setup man, opener. He can do everything. I like Brazaban. Next, we'll talk about a big surprise. 30-year-old Austin Warren, who's currently on the IL for 15 days. Warren pitched very well for us in April and May. And then got hit a little bit in June, and July started off terrible for him. But he has pitched in 26 games, started 2 and finished 9. He is 1-3 with a 4.63 ERA. He has 37 strikeouts in 35 innings with 18 walks. His whip is a 1.486. I give him a C for his ERA And I give him a D plus for his whip, giving him an overall C minus. But this guy has been versatile for our team, being used in all different ways, and maybe they just used him too much. This is the most appearances he's ever had in the season. He did have arbitration this year, and it's arbitration eligible until 2029. If he makes very little money, keep him. If someone wants him, it will give you something good for him, trade him. But I don't see that happening. He's an okay reliever. But we got rid of other ones that were just as good. I did not like when he dropped Lovelady, who was pitching well for us. There was no need for that. I think he should have kept Craig Kimbrell. His experience on the team should have definitely rubbed off on the younger pitchers. I think that was a mistake too by Stearns. Now let's move on to our lefty relievers. Starting at number 32, AJ Minter, who is making $11 million this year and will be a free agent next year. This year, in the first half for the Metsies, AJ has appeared in 19 games, finishing 8, and he is 1-1 with a 1.42 ERA. He has 17 strikeouts in 19 innings, with only 1 walk. That is a 0.842 whip. So I give him an A plus in what he's pitched so far. Maybe you could give him an A for missing time, but he gets an A plus for his performance. You should absolutely trade him. He is a free agent. Get whatever you can for him. And now we'll move on to our other excellent lefty, 38-year-old Brooks Raley, who made $5.25 million this year, and he is a free agent next year. In the first half for the Metsies, Raley pitched in 39 games and finished 5. He is 4-4 with a 2.04 ERA, 36 strikeouts in 35 innings, with 13 walks. And his whip is a 1.132. That will also give him an A plus in ERA and an A in whip, giving him an A as well as Minter. 2 excellent lefties. 2 free agents next year. I think definitely trade them both. Get what you can for them, and then re-sign them in the offseason if you need to. And then let's move on to 27-year-old Tobias Myers, who we got in the Freddie Peralta trade, who's making $806,000 this year. He pitched pretty well before coming to New York, but I believe they have misused him and didn't give him a role, which I believe should have been in the rotation, but they used him all over the place, and I believe he got out of whack because of it. But he is under team control and is arbitration eligible in 2028. He had a 3.0 ERA in 27 games, mostly as a starter in 2024. And he had a 3.55 ERA last year in 22 games, mostly as a reliever. In his first half for the Metsies, he pitched in 26 games, started 3 and finished 5. He was 0-2 with 1 save with a 6.26 ERA. 33 strikeouts in 46 innings with 13 walks. and a whip of a 1.39, which in my book gives him an F for his ERA and a C minus for his whip. I would say giving him a D overall. I do not think you should trade him because he's under team control for the next 2 years before arbitration. I think he's a good pitcher. I think the Mets misused him. I am so surprised that they didn't make him a starter, even when Peterson and Senga and Manaea were all struggling. I blame this poor year on the organization and Mendoza for misusing him and never giving him a clear role where they were already severely lacking. So I'd like to see him on the team next year, possibly as a starter. And that will be possible if they are able to move Peralta and possibly Manaea and Holmes. There's one other pitcher I'd like to talk about. Cionel Perez, 30-year-old left-hand pitcher, Cionel Perez. Next year is his last year of arbitration. He has pitched in 31 games for us this year. He started 2 and finished 5. He is 3-3 with a 5.75 ERA, 32 strikeouts in 36 innings with 16 walks. And his whip is a 1.55. Should you trade him? I don't think so. I don't think anyone will really want him, but you also will have him cheap, and you'll need at least one lefty. So you might as well get a guy that's already pitched for us, with Minter and Raley both being free agents. So I could see Perez as one of our lefties in the bullpen. As a grade, he gets a D minus for his ERA and a D for his whip. I give him a D just because he's been so versatile, doing anything they ask. Also for next year, we still have Reed Garrett, who is out all this year. He made $1.3 million, and he's arbitration eligible for the next 3 years. He did pitch well for us when he did pitch. And you got plenty of other guys, minor leaguers, and you can easily fill in your bullpen. You know, they got Daniel Nunez, they got Joey Gerber, Jonathan Pintaro, among other relievers. So again, my idea is that there won't be baseball next year. And even if there was, we wouldn't compete. But hopefully there is a hard salary cap, and they'll have to cut payroll anyway. So go cheap. That's my thought on the relievers. Until next time, I'm Juan Gan.